Reunion Arena in Dallas, Texas. Home Sports Entertainment and the Dallas Sidekicks present Continental Indoor Soccer League action tonight. It's the Dallas Sidekicks against the Pittsburgh Stingers. Hello again, everyone. I'm Craig Way. Happy to have you with us as the Sidekicks continue to roar through the CISL regular season. Now 20-3, and they are the Eastern Division champions, having wrapped up the division title a week ago in Monterey. But Scott Murray, they still have some goals left.
They really do. They've got to come up and maybe win at least 2 more games. The situation evolves where their magic number is now 3. If they win tonight and again tomorrow here at Reunion, any combination of an Anaheim loss, they suddenly find themselves with a home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Pittsburgh comes in a game below 500 at 12-13, but Dallas, you saw, 20-3, and they are close to wrapping up home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Anaheim remains 3 games behind that Dallas pace, and the Splash have games tonight on the road at Las Vegas, tomorrow night at home against Sacramento. An Anaheim loss, as Scott pointed out, coupled with a win tonight for Dallas and a win tomorrow night for the Sidekicks, and they wrap up home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Now, when you think of the Sidekicks, you think of a lot of different guys who have the scoring punch. Tattoo has scored in 51 consecutive games. Also, David Doyle has at least 2 points in 16 of his last 17 games. But, Scott, they got another guy who's hot.
And I know you're talking about birthday boy Nick Stavro. Believe it or not, has come up with at least 1 point in his last 10 games and has a hat trick in 2 of the last 3 games. So he is indeed very hot for the Sidekicks right now.
Nick Stavro turned 25 just yesterday, so he is indeed celebrating that birthday, and he's doing it in high fashion in the scoring department. Pittsburgh comes in a game below 500, as you might imagine, up and down at 12-13. Scott, this is a team that has been better away from the Civic Arena than they have been on their home field.
All season long, we've talked about the Kicks. Never lost thus far this season here at a Reunion, and they find themselves 9-3 on the road, but Pittsburgh not far behind. Second best record on the road thus far this year in the CISL, presently 8-5 as a result of the loss last night in Las Vegas.
Stingers need a win to get to the playoffs. They can clinch a playoff spot with a victory. Dallas, as we pointed out, trying to clinch that home field advantage throughout the playoffs. It's the Sidekicks and the Stingers coming up next from Reunion Arena on HSE. 1994. Sidekicks in Pittsburgh getting ready to go here at Reunion Arena on a Saturday evening. Take a look at the starting lineups. First for the visiting Stingers, who come in a game below the 500 mark at 12-13. Mikhail Izatov on the front line along with Kenny Pryor, Peter Smith in the midfield, Alan Holm on the defense along with Ian McDonald, veteran defender, and Keith Engelhardt will be the starting keeper. This is his first game ever starting in goal in the CISL. The rookie who played collegiate soccer at 3 different universities, Penn State, also at Mercer Community College, and Virginia Commonwealth. So he's really being thrown into the fire here tonight. Sidekicks come out tonight with Tattoo and David Doyle on the front line, Nick Stavro in the midfield, on defense, Dev Reeves and Eric Dade, and Joe Papaleo between the pipes tonight. Really has his work cut out for him in his first ever CISL game.
Yeah, it really has. Not only has he been sitting on the bench this year, or that's what you would assume, he hasn't even dressed since the 3rd game of the season. So, I mean, he's been about as much a part of this team as you and I have been.
And people may be wondering, why is this guy being broken in on a game like this against Dallas when they're trying to clinch a playoff spot? Well, their regular keeper, Doug Petrus, played last night in Las Vegas. And perhaps Paul Child, the Pittsburgh head coach, might have been thinking it's going to be tough to win anyway, and there's a couple of home games left to conclude the regular season. Gordon Jago has his club ready to go, and the Sidekicks in Pittsburgh are underway from Reunion. Izatov right away with a shot as Pittsburgh in the visiting white uniforms with black shorts and those bumblebee socks, the Stingers of black and gold, have a kick in coming from the right side.
You know, you talk about Petrus, he leads the league in minutes played, too, so I'm sure that had a great deal to do with it. He's played a long season.
Centering try doesn't work for Pittsburgh, and now the Sidekicks try to clear it out of the zone. That they do, but it goes out of play. And once again, it'll be Pittsburgh possession at the midfield. Dallas at 20-3 coming in, and in case you're wondering about records, of course, last year Gordon Jago's team went 23-5, so if they manage to win in the remaining 5 games, 4 of those final 5, they'll have eclipsed that mark of a year ago at 23-5. Restart, and outside, Donald into the box and then cleared away by the Sidekicks again. Pittsburgh coming in with it at the Dallas red line. A kick in coming. And a good crowd on hand tonight at Reunion. David Doyle setting himself up, and Eric Day defensively. You heard from Eric at the top saying no stopping us now, and there's David Doyle. He's had a good season, as you might expect. Into the arch again. The Sidekicks having some trouble clearing the zone. Home trying to get it, and now Doyle clears it out for Dallas, and for the first time the ball goes down into the Pittsburgh end of the field. Engelhart fields it. Sidekicks battling the injury bug a little bit. Still the rookie Alan Prampin unable to go tonight, Scott, and also Dave Reichard out of action.
That's right. They're both be on the sidelines tonight, but you know, and Alan Prampin's a fellow that earlier on this year we were so high on and so excited about being a part of this team, and he really has not had an opportunity to show his wares much at all this year.
Inflammation in the knees has kept him out. There's Tattoo trying off the lead pass from Doyle, and it was just a little beyond his reach, and now Pittsburgh tries to counterattack with Peter Smith in the midfield. Smith, lead ball, looking for Izatov. Mikhail Izatov, Sidekicks cleared away, and that was the veteran defender John Hedlund who cleared it out. And then last touch by Pittsburgh. It's a foul called on Troy Fabiano. That's the first foul of the game. Sidekicks restart. Line change, and Gianpaolo Pedroso is out there. That's Pedroso on the right side. Lead ball, Tattoo misfires left side. And then the follow-up try from the youngster Chris Hayden goes too high and over the top. Hayden on loan from the Texas Lightning of the USISL. Sidekicks have tapped into that United States Interregional Soccer League of late, getting some young talent. Here's Hayden off the ball from Pedroso. Trying to get it into Gianpaolo, couldn't finish it, and Pedroso now will reset it for Dallas. Minute and a half into the contest, no score. Moses Zielu also out on the field for Dallas. Young talent playing for the Sidekicks now with Zielu and Hayden out there along with Pedroso. Partain is out there now for the Sidekicks. Pedroso tries to hit Partain with the ball, and Fabiano clears it away for Pittsburgh. The right side, and it's Oleg Solodovnik, who is on the field for Pittsburgh. Drops it back for Keith Engelhart. Upfield pass. This is David Casper, one of the more veteran players for Pittsburgh, trying to run it down. Hayden to Pedroso on the one touch, and here come the Sidekicks. Pedroso is going to be fouled. Hop right back up. We had a whistle, yes, and Raul Dominguez says bring it back up here. It was just a late call, late whistle. Chris Kelly was called for the foul, his first.
Of course, week in and week out, we talk about the offensive firepower, the David Doyle and Tattoo. As we take a look at another, it's pretty obvious. Little push with the shoulder on the right, then the trip, and down he goes. So Sidekicks ball. We talked about the offensive firepower. Kia, their leading scorer for the Stingers, 56 points in the year, 31 goals, not in action tonight with a hamstring problem. So they're really short tonight, both offensively and defensively.
Indoor soccer fans will recall Kia from his playing days with the Kansas City Comets in the MISL and the MSL. 11 indoor seasons. There's a shot, a kick save made by Engelhart. That's a nice way for him to get the butterflies cleared out.
Yeah, you want to make that first stop just to know that you've done it. His first not only of the game, his first of the year. So he's got that behind him now. We'll see what unfolds now.
Doyle looking for Stavro on the left side. There's one from way outside. It hit the post from the right side. Nick Stavro very nearly got it to go in the back of the net. He's been getting a lot of balls to go in the back from way outside of late. Pittsburgh trying to counterattack. Izatov. Side pass for Kelly. And the try, not much mustard on that. Papaleo ready for it. Upfield, quick Dallas counter. Tattoo tried for Doyle, and Fabiano deflected it away to Ian McDonald. 35 years of age, certainly the senior player out on the field right now. Off the boards, and there's McDonald working against Tattoo. McDonald had Pedroso take it away. Now to Tattoo. Pedroso's open. He shoots. He scores! Gianpaolo Pedroso from Tattoo. 52 consecutive scoring games for Tattoo, but Pedroso gives Dallas the 1-0 lead.
Here's another look at it. This is vintage Sidekicks, vintage Tattoo. Feeds him right in the slot. Pedroso puts it home, and that's it. Sidekicks find themselves on top 1-0. Again, one-on-one in the corner. Tattoo just finds the man. Pedroso is right there and beats the keeper. 1-0 Sidekicks. 11:24 to go here in the first quarter of play. Here's another look from the backside. Boy, that was a dandy. 1-0 Kicks. 26th goal of the season for Gianpaolo Pedroso. Tattoo's 56th assist, his
108 points.
And he leads the league in both categories.
And he's also closing in on last year's total of 117 total points. Through the arch now, and Pittsburgh trying to quickly counter the Sidekicks goal from way outside. Allen Holmes' shot is too high and out of play.
That's almost like watching a Michael Irvin go one-on-one against a defender from any team in the National Football League. Tattoo one-on-one like that, he's so dangerous. Pedroza was right there, and he put it home, and the Kicks lead 1-0.
Zielu trying to control the ball and lost it with the heading pass over the side. Pittsburgh possession. 10 minutes, 54 seconds remaining first quarter. Dallas 1 and Pittsburgh nothing. Restart. And Papaleo will field it for the Kicks. Up quickly and now looking downfield for Partain off the boards. Home cuts him off, however, and lays the ball off to Peter Smith. That's Peter Smith. Dancing back. Kind of a dangerous maneuver against the quick-footed Partain, but it goes down and Papaleo is able to scoop it up for the sidekick to DeVries. The defender. Lead ball in the offensive third for Partain against the double team. Doyle couldn't handle it. Taken away by Peter Smith, and they'll get a foul call. The ball goes over the top into the Dallas bench, and Sidekicks thought he was going to say it would be Sidekicks possession. It was last touched by Dallas, and Pittsburgh with the kick in. Smith could not find Kenny Pryor on the right side, and Dade claims the ball for Dallas. Down to Engelhardt. In some trouble trying to go one-on-one against Partain. They're going to rule this one as intentionally played out. It's a good call by Raul Dominguez. Dallas will have a free kick coming from the top of the arch.
It is a good call. He was outside the circle, so couldn't touch it, and just forced to kick it out. So suddenly the kick now with a golden opportunity and maybe make it 2-zip.
Watch out here. Set play with Doyle setting it up. He's got Stavro on the right. And it goes down to Dade, and his chip try just misses. Stavro will try to reset for the Sidekicks. 5 minutes into the match. Here's Doyle shooting, and he just misses outside. He goes down. Now Pittsburgh with a 3-on-2 opportunity. Lead ball left side. Izatov back into the arch, shooting, and the try just goes to the left side. Missed off on the left by Kenny Pryor. Ian McDonald for the Stingers, who are down a goal. Pass deflected. Papaleo quickly chips it out onto the left. Cross field to DeVries. Upfield off the board. Doyle trying to find Tattoo down into the right corner. Engelhardt will have to go over there and play it to Holmes. Allen Holmes lost the ball to Doyle. Pass off the boards, but Hayden couldn't handle it. Now he tries to run the ball down, and the Sidekicks do have possession, although it's going to ricochet all the way back in the Dallas zone. 9:15 remaining, first period. Joe Papaleo will walk the ball up into the neutral third and wait for the offensive unit to get set. Tattoo lays it off for Pedroso, turning for the shot knocked down by Engelhardt, cleared out of the zone by Holmes. Hedlund runs it down for Dallas and played back to Papaleo. Could not field it with the hands, and here's Allen Holmes for Pittsburgh. The right side. Now to Casper in the attack third, double team. Chris Hayden comes away with it for Dallas. Off the Tattoo. He's going to have to go 1-on-2, but that doesn't usually bother number 9. Tattoo trying to play to himself off the boards. He gets a nudge from outside. Pittsburgh tries clearing it out. David Casper. Field for the Stingers against the double team. Lead pass and a nice ball on the left side. This one for Troy Fabiano. Drops it back for Casper. Into the center. This is Wes Sechrist on for his first shift of the night. Kick save Papaleo on the try that didn't have a lot of juice on it outside. To the right. Oleg Solodovnik back on the field for Pittsburgh. Tattoo now has it for Dallas. Lead pass for John Hedlund. Here comes the veteran defender. Hedlund shoots, and he nearly got it. Engelhardt got a hand on it. Hayden's rebound try won't go. And Fabiano will have to play it out of the zone for Pittsburgh. John Hedlund, he does like to get a goal if he can get the opportunity. Of course, he's not accustomed to being in the goal-scoring position, but he did have 2 goals a couple of weeks back, and that was unusual for John Hedlund. Of course, that was an easy Dallas victory that night.
He was on target there too, Craig. Keith Engelhardt just getting the hand out to swat it away.
Pryor to Izatov into the offensive third, and there's a nice save by Papaleo.
That's a beauty. Boy, that's a beauty. That's an even ball game, and one apiece if he doesn't make that save.
Vintage Joe Papaleo into the center circle. Stavro to David Doyle. Past the midway point of the first period and a 1-0 Sidekicks advantage. Eric Dade will drop it back for Dallas. Tried to find Tattoo, and it was knocked down by Fabiano. Retaken by Stavro. It's 2-on-1. Stavro to Tattoo. He pops it in, and what a save by the rookie Engelhardt. He got right in front of the ball. Right kick, Fidelity! He did it! Tattoo with the bite. Kind of a mini bite. He didn't have to go way up in the air, but he just popped it right back over the shoulder. That's a beautiful Dallas goal, and a 2-0 Sidekicks lead. David Doyle a little bit shaken up. You hope that's not serious, but what a goal this is, Scott.
Watch this. Doyle in the corner trying to get it back out to Tattoo. No, they've already taken the shot. He does the bicycle kick right over the top of Engelhardt.
The rookie's learning the hard way. It's Dallas 2 and Pittsburgh 0. We'll be back on HSE. In that contest, the Tattoo already off to a big start tonight. Peter Smith with Dev Reeves marking. Back to Ian McDonald. Cross field to Alan Holmes. Here's a shot and it blocked. Isatov trying to turn around on the ball, and he was marked carefully by Stavro. Doyle, who was only shaken up for a moment and who is okay, was called for the foul for dangerous play, I believe, for getting the feet up in the air. That's his first foul. And the free kick coming. Here's a shot, and it's blocked out of zone. That actually might have hit one of the Stingers.
I think it did. He was trying to come in there. I think to deflect it into the net past Papaleo.
Peter Smith, the ball hit him pretty hard, and that can sting a little bit. No pun intended.
A Stinger got stung.
2-0 Dallas here. Inside 6 minutes to go, first quarter. Dallas coming with the kick in now. Reeves upfield for Curtis Partain. Against the double team, he plays it back. Partain to Dade to Dev Reeves. Now looking for Curtis Partain once more. And he went down. Curtis, who has played his high school soccer coming out of Garland and finished up at Centenary after he started off at UCLA, and he's had a good rookie season. There are some folks touting him for possible CISO Rookie of the Year honors. David Doyle turning left-footed ball into the arc. Dade couldn't finish and cleared out by Pittsburgh. Takes a high bounce, but it's still in play, and Dallas now with another opportunity. Cross field for Doyle. Into the offensive third for Dallas. Already out to a 2-0 advantage. Hayden to Doyle. Lead ball for Partain, fighting for it, but Smith takes it away. Now Dallas with another opportunity. Here's Dade. Down in the Doyle. No one there but white jerseys, and the Stingers clear it out. Zielu back on for the Sidekicks. This one off the boards. Smith takes it away now for the Stingers. Upfield, he'll go down. Eric Dade's going to be called for that foul. And Dade picks up his first personal foul. Inside 5 minutes remaining first period. Smith to Pryor. Kenny Pryor, and a nice knockdown by Papaleo to get an arm on the ball. Sidekicks now trying to counterattack. Here's Pedroso. He has to hold up the pace now for a moment for the Sidekicks. Cross field to Dade. Here's Tattoo back on for another shift. Tattoo trying to turn around, and Fabiano in a foot race with him. Tattoo still moving. And the ball was cleared away by Engelhardt. Now to Zielu. Turning, shoots, and he scores! Moses Zielu. And for the youngster from New York, that's a special moment, because that's his first point, his first goal after taking 5 shots and not scoring in a Sidekicks uniform, and Zielu gets the goal.
And credit Tattoo with a little more than an assist. He's going to take that ball home. Oh, he's going to toss it up in the stands. Here's another look at it. And he just finds a corner. He had to thread the needle on that. Not much left as far as room. Here's Tattoo had just come down, was being held all the way down. Got it centered to Zielu, and he put it in for the third goal of the night for the Sidekicks. And now with 4:22 and counting to go in the first quarter of play, Dallas with a big lead of 3-0 right now here at Reunion.
Special moment for Moses Zielu, and Tattoo with yet another point. He's had a hand in all 3 goals.
That's 3 tonight, and as we said moments ago, he needs 4, and that would be 11 consecutive games of scoring at least 4 points or more.
57 assist of the year for number 9. Now Pittsburgh already quickly down after we went into the contest. 4 minutes nearly before we had the first goal, and then 2 quick ones here for Dallas to make it a 3-0 advantage. Here's Stavro from Tattoo. Nick will hold up. Lead ball on the left side for Nate. Tattoo tries a shot that's blocked by Allen Holm, and it clears back into the neutral third, and Dev Reeves will field it for the Sidekicks. 3.5 minutes remaining first quarter. Pittsburgh, Dallas about even in shots on goal. Dallas with 12 to 11 for the Stingers, but Sidekicks have made theirs count. Wes Secret plays it back to Engelhart, to Holm. Now once again back to Keith Engelhart. Right foot on the ball. Field and off the boards. Kelly working against Stavro, leaving Allen Holm open. Cross-field ball at the red line. Into the Dallas third. Off the dasher boards, and Papaleo knows how to play those as well as anyone in the league. Quick upfield ball for Curtis Partain. Partain shooting. Goes behind Engelhart, but it's off the glass. Back outside. Back across field for the Sidekicks. David Doyle from Dev Reeves, and now it's played back to Nick Stavro. Late stages of the opening period, all Dallas at this point. 3-0 Sidekicks. Engelhart stepped beyond the line. And the Sidekicks will have it. He stepped beyond the line with the ball. And the Sidekicks will have a free kick coming on the outside part of the arc.
And I think Engelhart knew it too. He goes out, and I'll watch it go over the arc, and now he decides to bring it back, and that's a no-no. And he knew it, and he stopped, and he looked at the referee and the officials right away, and they said no go. So Sidekicks get the kick.
Here's Doyle, pops it in the air, and it very nearly goes in the back of the net, and it does! Or will they allow it? They will disallow the goal. The ball was just chipped up by Doyle. That was a creative little pooch kick. And they called a handball foul on Curtis Partain right when he got over to the ball to try to knock it in the back of the net. That was a bit of creativity, but the goal does not work for Dallas. And it remains 3-0 Sidekicks with 2:15 remaining in the period. Now lead ball. Partain may get his chance now. Partain turns, shoots, and a nice save made by Engelhart. Got out on the ball. And the rookie is getting a quick trial by fire.
Well, I'm sure he's waited all season long to get a shot being on the field during a game, but I don't know if he bargained for this stuff.
Here's Doyle. Back for John Hedlund. Inside 2 minutes remaining in the period. Over to Secret. A field ball. Played on the left side for Kenny Pryor. Cross field. Smith back to Pryor in the attack third. Works against Zielu down in the corner. Now double team. Back to Peter Smith. Turning top of the arc with a shot that didn't have a lot on it. It's an easy save for Papaleo. Joe might say no save is easy, but for Joe it certainly was.
Here's a look at the chip shot again. You see it hit the upper crossbar, comes right back down. The official said that the Kicks charged with a handball there, so no goal, even though it did go in.
You might have been able to see Partain just barely got a hand on the ball, glanced off of it, went down, and then they put it in the back. But
great idea by Doyle. The way he chipped it up, would you call it a pooch shot?
Yeah, nice little chippy, a pooch kick to the left side. Now here's Pittsburgh, an opportunity. Pryor misses, rebound try, and there's Dade in the way for Dallas. A minute remaining in the period, 3-0 Sidekicks. Pittsburgh getting away some good shots on goal here, but they haven't cashed in yet. Pryor, Izatov in the left corner. Turning, Zielu marking him, and now blocks his path to the goal. Still trying to turn for a shot. Moses Zielu deflects it away. Pedroso has it. Looking, Dade's breaking free on the right side. Engelhart gets away. Here's Dade, he scores! A gamble for the rookie Keith Engelhart. It does not pay off. Dade, as Gordon Jago would say, makes him pay the full price. And the Sidekicks get number 4.
In fairness to Keith Engelhart, I don't know that he really had much of an opportunity to do much more than come out. He really didn't have any other choice, because if he doesn't, it's going to be him against Dade against the goalkeeper. Tries to take the swing foot. Dade gets it up over the top, kicks it in with the right foot, hits the right corner, and there we have a 4-0 lead now. Here's another look at it. Tries to come out, misses the swat as Dade takes it inside and then kicks it with the outside of his right foot, puts it in, and the Kicks find themselves on top now with 37 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. 4-0 now, Dallas, and for the first time, Tattoo not involved in a scoring play here tonight.
19th goal of the season for Dade. It comes at the 14:23 mark. Give Pedroso the assist. Here's another opportunity. Tattoo shoots. He scores with 22.9 seconds left. Bite your tongue, Mr. Murray. The minute you talk about Tattoo not being involved in a goal, he scores.
That's right. Number 9 saying, in your face, Scott. And there's his 4 points on the night. He gets them all in the first quarter. So that's 11 consecutive games now that he scored at least 4 points in a soccer game. And the Kicks, as a result, find themselves on top by a score 5-0. Tattoo with a league-leading number 54 as far as goals on the year. And again, it's vintage Tattoo. He doesn't get the easy ones. He fights for them. Look at him, just incredible footwork, and then the left footer coming back the other way and puts it in the upper right-hand corner. And Tattoo and the Kicks on top, 5-0. Still first quarter of play continuing.
Pedroso gets credited with the assist. Now 5-0 Dallas, and as Scott pointed out, and Tattoo off the big start. There's another one of those 4-point nights for him. 11 in a row for Tattoo, and this one has all the earmarks of being a complete blowout, much as the earlier game we saw against Carolina this season, a 15-2 contest. Now with 6 seconds to go, here's Hayden shooting. Engelhardt falls on the ball, and that'll do it for the first period. A tough opening quarter for the rookie Keith Engelhardt, but it is all Sidekicks. The Tattoo show gets Dallas going, and at the end of one from Reunion Arena, there may be 6 soccer balls on the screen. There are 5 Dallas goals. The side
zip the 10:34 mark. Moses Ielu with his first goal of the year, again from Tattoo at 10:34. Then it was 4-0. Eric Dade, 19th of the year, from Pedroso at 14:23. And then moments ago, Tattoo, number 54 on the year, his second of the night, and his 4th point of the night from Reeves at 14:38. And as a result, the Sidekicks lead Pittsburgh by a score of 5-0. This young man had a chance to win some prizes here and take that shopping cart up and down the field here at Reunion and try and catch those whatever they are that are stuck in his basket as they came out of the rafters high above. Trolls, is that what they are? All right. And each troll that he caught, he was given something from his friendly food store. So Tattoo's had quite a first quarter, trying to take a breather. But he likes to score. 5-0 as we get ready for the second period of play. Tattoo with 2 goals and 4 points already.
Sidekicks, you can see, just off to a torrid start in the shooting department. 18 shots squeezed off in quarter number 1. And they come right back to action here as we start the second period with Dallas looking for more. Leading Pittsburgh 5-0. David Doyle upfield, lead ball. Curtis Partain still looking for an opportunity to get his first goal of the night. Played back for Pittsburgh. Upfield ball took a little ricochet. And along the boards, a fight for it on the double team. Played back. McDonald had it to Pryor. Dade clears it away for Dallas. Drops it back for Doyle. Upfield pass. Here's Partain again working against Allen Holm. They made a change on the assist on that Tattoo goal. Dev Reeves got the assist after originally they said Pedroso got it. Here's Doyle open, turning, and he just might have waited a little too long, but Partain had an opportunity and cleared out by Pittsburgh. Again, Dallas wasting little time. There's a shot from outside, just missing wide. And Chris Hayden tries to reset for Dallas. Save made by Engelhardt. Dade and Cielo out there for the Sidekicks. Kenny Pryor for the Stingers. Lead ball in the third, and then down goes Partain. The right side, Izatov. Ball went through the arc, intended for Peter Smith. It's the double team. Now Doyle takes it away for Dallas. Fabiano marking him, and here comes Tattoo. Oh, that's a timely substitution. Here's Tattoo, and a nice sliding tackle to knock it away by Engelhardt. Rebound try from outside by Doyle is off the mark. Sidekicks are just raring back and letting it go here in the early moments of this game.
His defenders have saved 2 sure goals already here in the second quarter.
John Hedlund's left-footed try too high and over the top. They are peppering young Keith Englehart for shots here.
Yeah, it looked like a golden opportunity for Tattoo a moment ago as he came in, but he really he took the smart way out, because he could have tried and kicked the ball and gone one-on-one with Englehart. I think he would have come up the loser on that. So he was the smarter of the two and jumped up in the air and let Englehart clear it.
I walked in with Tattoo into the arena tonight, and I asked him how he felt not only this season, but the cumulative effects of playing in the winter and spring with Wichita. He said, I feel fine now. And one of the key reasons, he said, was because the camps have now been completed, so the players are able to get a little more rest. They love doing the camps, but it does take a physical toll on them. And he's able to get a little more rest. Of course, Tattoo's still sporting that wrap on the right wrist from when he suffered the broken wrist playing for the Wichita Wings in the NPSL during the winter and spring. Deep ball, the left side, and Papaleo has to play with the feet. Upfield. 2.5 minutes gone by in the second period. Dallas 5 and Pittsburgh nothing. All 5 goals in the opening quarter. Stavro takes the ball away over to Tattoo for Dallas. They'll go down. They'll get a Pittsburgh foul called, and I believe Kelly will be the guilty party. That's Chris Kelly, 22-year-old midfielder. There are some veteran players on this Pittsburgh roster, but they have a lot of youth as well. Some of the older players we talked about, McDonald being 35 years of age. David Casper's played a lot of indoor soccer in the NPSL. Of course, Kia, who is not suited up tonight. Tattoo, nice ricochet pass off the boards, but Stavro beaten to the ball by Englehart. Dallas still trying to take it away. There's Stavro with a shot, and Englehart quickly to hop on it right along the goal mouth with Pedroso applying the pressure. Stavro has not scored tonight, but he has been around the ball, and we pointed out at the top of the telecast points in 10 consecutive games. One from outside. That one by Soledovnik is off the mark. Now Tattoo trying to reload for Dallas. Has Pedroso on the left. There's Reeves for Gianpaolo Pedroso, and the pass too far. Tattoo to reset. Left side. Got a chance to shoot, but not a lot on it. And easily scooped up by Englehart. To Pryor. Back in the Pittsburgh end of the field to get a look at the Stingers. March the ball back up the field and across through the center circle to Kenny Pryor. 25 years of age is Pryor. Knocked it back. Wes Sechrist, he's one of the younger ones who has played soccer, came out of the Pittsburgh area. Some 10 members of the Stingers have played soccer either collegiately or at high school in the greater Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania area. Now here's one of the younger sidekicks out there. This is Anthony Sherwood, who saw his first action against Monterey last Saturday night to David Doyle. Coming over to take it, Teddy Nedling on for his first shift is out there for Pittsburgh. Pryor to Nedling. Once again to Kenny Pryor. He's got Sechrist on the left. Both coaches here getting some younger guys. And here's Nedling turning with a shot that's too high as Papaleo went down trying to go after the ball. Maybe Paul Child already recognizing that tonight's cause may already be in dire straits, if not lost. And he has already put some younger players out on the field we've not to this point seen.
Well, with Kia out of there, I think that was probably his thinking. Rest everybody up. That's why he's got Englehart back there for the first time this season. Let's just get the game in Dallas out of the way. We probably won't beat the kick, so let's just kind of, you hate to say they're giving up, but I imagine that's what his thinking was.
There's Nedling turning it. Papaleo equal the task. He stayed with him, did not buy a fake, just watched him all the way in. Teddy Nedling couldn't put it past Papaleo. Upfield, here's Jean-Paul Pagari on for his first shift. Down to the right side, into the corner. Pagari looking for Stavro. And Gordon Jago is getting the young guys out onto the field. To David Doyle. Turning, left-footed shot, score! Oh, David Doyle just put a bullet into the right corner. We're talking about the young guys, and the veteran Doyle puts it past Englehart for goal number 6 for the Sidekicks. 49, the time of the goal.
That one had eyes on it too, Craig. Watch this effort with the left foot. Boy, that's on a rope. That's straight as an arrow, right in that corner on the right side. Earlier tonight, he picked up assist number 44. This is goal number 44 in the year for Doyle, so 88 points. Look at that. You've just got to time that perfectly, and you've got about 3 feet to get it through there, maybe less. Through the keeper and the defender, and he found the mark and put it right in that right-hand corner, and as a result, with 9:11 to be played, still first half, the Kicks on top tonight. 6-0 right now.
And young Jean-Paul Fagari with his second assist of the season. 6-0 Dallas. And this one looking very, very easy right now for Dallas. Sidekicks, as we pointed out, had 15 goals here on a Sunday night against the Carolina Vipers, and they are well on the way toward topping that mark.
That was the game where Henry was the keeper, and remember, he went down to about the 3-minute marker, close to it, had the shutout, would have been the first ever in CISL history. Unfortunately, came up a little short in the end. I think they lost it. Was it 15-2? Was that the final?
It was. And, of course, Carolina was able to get a sixth attacker goal in the game, too, to break up the shutout. You can see Dallas dominating the offensive categories, especially here in period number 2 with that 9 3-edging shots. Here's Fagari turning. Some good footwork by young Jean-Paul Fagari. He goes down and looks like he's shaken up. And this is going to be 2 minutes called. Chris Kelly will be sent to the box for 2 minutes. Fagari had a chance, was showing some good footwork, and he took a hard tumble, but he looks like he'll be all right.
I think that was purely accidental. When we finally get a chance to look at the replay, you see if he didn't. Here's a look at it. He just winding up to take a shot, and they're both going for the ball, and they just got tied up.
But much like as we saw during the summer in the World Cup, officials are going to call that trip from behind. There's no doubt about it whether you're going for the ball or not. Sidekicks with the free kick coming right side. Tattoo, Doyle shoots, save made by Engelhardt.
First power play of the night for either team.
And Dallas, of course, the best in the season in the man advantage department at 64%. Stavro, Doyle, Tattoo, Pedroso, and Dade on the power play team for Dallas. Young Heinz Pock on the defense. Pock back there along with Sechrist, Fabiano, and McDonald, the penalty killers for the Stingers. And they've got a good penalty killing unit. Doyle trying to find Pedroso, and it's cleared out. Power play for Dallas has 40 seconds gone by. Pittsburgh trying to counter now as they bring it back upfield. Hot to the right side. Left foot on it. And here's Pittsburgh, a man down and controlling the ball here in some of the early moments of this Dallas power play. Coming down to 1 minute remaining on the man advantage. Pittsburgh is the best in the league at killing penalties, 74% against the best power play team. Doyle shot from outside, too high. So fans are getting to see a little bit of unstoppable force against the movable object here. The best penalty killers in the league, the Pittsburgh Stingers, against the best power play team in the CISL, the Sidekicks.
Good point.
Midway point of the second period, 53 seconds remaining on the Dallas power play. Penalty to Chris Kelly for tripping. And the Sidekicks now getting Pedroso along with Tattoo ready out there, and Dave, Stavro, and Doyle is over on the far side. Now is back in the field of play, was getting a little trainer attention over by the bench, but he's ready to go again. 35 seconds on the power play. Tattoo into the box. Engelhardt makes the save and cleared out of there. Dallas tries to score, and Engelhardt's just hoping that these remaining 30 seconds go by in a hurry. Tattoo. Can the best power play team score on the best penalty killers? Stavro. The Tattoo to Nick Stavro. 15 seconds now coming down on the power play. Doyle. Dallas still trying to set up a good shot. Here's Tattoo right side. To Doyle. Shoots, and he just misses the chip try. They couldn't finish. Dallas running out of time on the man advantage. Maybe one more shot coming. And Tattoo started to take it and didn't, and that'll kill off the penalty. Pittsburgh, with the best penalty killing team in the league, has stopped the best power play team in the league, but that's about the only time tonight they have stopped the Sidekicks. It's a 6-0 Dallas lead, and now a foul called on Eric Dade. That's his second. 4 fouls called, and it's a 2-minute penalty. So that's 2 on Dave. 6:25 remaining in the half. Troy Fabiano to take the kick. Dallas with the mini wall of Tattoo, and Pedroso set up. Fabiano's shot was blocked by the Dallas wall, and it's back outside. Pittsburgh has to reset into the offensive third. Fabiano's try deflected by Tattoo. He'll get it at the red line. Now going down. That'll be a Pittsburgh foul for a trip. Sidekicks will have the restart coming.
Getting a little sloppy here right now. Trying to, ever since the power play opportunity for the Kicks, couldn't convert. Maybe a little frustrated right now. Pittsburgh obviously frustrated. The trail with 6 minutes left in the second quarter of play, 6-0.
And the Sidekicks at this point with 29 shots on goal to 18 for the Stingers. Dallas has also been busy in the block department. 11 blocks on the 18 Pittsburgh shots, and Joe Papaleo has stopped the other 7. It's still a whitewash here for Dallas, leading 6-0 at 5:35 remaining in the first half.
Of course, a win tonight would take the home field advantage magic number now to 2 for the Kicks.
And it could be reduced to 1 if later tonight Anaheim loses at Las Vegas. And Las Vegas has a pretty good team. They're in third place right now. They're trying to catch San Diego for second. So they, too, have something to play for, even though the Dust Devils have already clinched a playoff spot.
And should that happen, Craig, that means the Kicks will be back here against Houston tomorrow with a chance to wrap it up with a win tomorrow night.
Tattoo works against Heinz Pott, the defender, who is really draped to Tattoo, and he'll be called for 2 minutes. He was draped a little too close. Pott can't believe the call, but he's going to go to the box. Heinz Pott is called for tripping, and he'll go into the box. We got a timeout with just over 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Sidekicks dominating largely because of the efforts of that man. They lead it 6-0. 2,800. So reserve your seats now for next Saturday night, the Sidekicks against Las Vegas. Dallas on the power play after not cashing in the first time, leading 6-0 inside 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Tattoo, David Doyle, Nick Stavro, who has the ball now, Eric Dade, and Gianpaolo Pedroso on the man advantage for Dallas. Sechrist once again on the penalty killing team, along with Pryor, McDonald, and Fabiano. Heinz Pott called for tripping, and so he sits in the box for 2 minutes.
Rocco Segota, gosh, how old is he now? He's been around a long
38,
time.
I believe. He has.
I remember watching him in the North American Soccer League. Remember that?
Absolutely.
The old outdoor league.
Played on great teams in San Diego, and was the main force behind many of those great San Diego soccer teams. And did not play last year, playing in Las Vegas. Says he hopes to resettle in San Diego, but he's the mainstay of the Dust Devils. Into the box and cleared outside. One of the major reasons why Las Vegas in their expansion season looking to be in the playoffs. Pittsburgh also an expansion club looking to get in as well. Pedroso to Tattoo. Turning with a left footer that's blocked. Good anticipation by Pryor, and Kenny Pryor deflected it high in the air, and Stavro has to run it down for the sidekick. So right now the Stingers have killed off about 3 minutes of penalty time, 2 on the first power play, and coming down to 1 minute remaining on this man advantage, and Dallas still unable to score on the power play. Tattoo turning, and Dave just nearly finished. Couldn't. Pedroso tries to chip it back. Doyle now resetting. In for Pedroso with a heading try that doesn't go. 50 seconds remaining on the power play. Here's Tattoo into Pedroso. Dave for the try and it doesn't go. Well, they've had opportunities, Scott.
They sure have. They had 3 or 4 shots in goal, and it bounced off 2 or 3 guys right in the mouth of the goal. But there's still no goal for the Kicks here on this power play.
Tattoo as they count down to half a minute remaining on the man advantage. But Dave, Pedroso turning with a shot that doesn't go in. Back outside, and we get closer to 20 seconds remaining on the penalty to Heinz Pott.
It's like target practice for the Kicks.
Well, the Sidekicks are getting their shots, they're just not getting anything to go in, but Tattoo does there, and it's a hat trick. Sooner or later, if you keep peppering the goal, you're going to get one to go in, and that's the third of the night for the fantastic one. It's 7-0 Dallas.
That looked like it might have bounced off one of the Stinger defenders. We'll have to check the replay, but whatever, officially on the night, that's the hat trick for Tattoo. Here it is. Number 7. Looked like it hit Fabiano.
Tattoo will be more than happy to take it. his third goal and 5th point.
There it is.
Yeah.
See, almost a misdirection. It comes in. The keeper's all set to make the stop, and suddenly it takes off just a little off to where he was targeted to make the save. And Tattoo, as a result, finds himself with a goal as he boots the soccer ball up into the crowd. Somebody's got a souvenir.
Third shirt into the seats tonight, and you can see that he is fired up. When we talk about the Stingers playing young Keith Engelhart tonight, this is how much they miss their veteran Doug Petrus, who is also, I say veteran, he's young too, but there you see he's 4th in the league in the goals against department. And Keith Engelhart making his first start tonight, and is he having a difficult time of it? 7-0 Sidekicks. And you see Joe Papaleo, number 2 in the league. Cortez having a good year for San Diego, and Jorge Valenzuela for the Anaheim Splash as well. But Doug Petrus, having played last night in Las Vegas, Paul Child decided to sit him down this evening, give him a rest. And certainly it's been a tough learning experience for
Hank Henry, who we'll see tomorrow night against Houston, actually has the best record as far as goals against average in the league at 4.94, the only goalie in the league under 5, but he's presently 8-0. He hasn't lost a game this year, but has not played enough to officially qualify himself for the official stats in the CISL.
Engelhart will head it back upfield, and you saw the numbers there earlier. He was talking about Hank Henry, who will play tomorrow night. Hank was in goal when the Sidekicks clinched the East last Saturday night. Pittsburgh trying to get something set up upfield. Holm has it for the Stingers to the right side. Smith behind the midfield strike. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. And Sidekicks cruising at this point. Izatov back to Pryor. Now Izatov turning top the arc, lays it off now for Pryor into the corner. Hedlund marking him. Now Izatov there. Sherwood, who comes on for Dallas. Anthony Sherwood, another one of those outdoor players from the USISL. He played in Hampton Roads, played up in the greater Norfolk Hampton area. Izatov goes down. It's a Dallas foul. And the Stingers have a free kick. John Hedlund, the guilty party. 2:01 remaining in the first half. Set play coming for Pittsburgh. Stingers looking for the first goal of the night. Izatov will take the kick. He's got Holm on his right, Pryor on the left. Turning outside, and the shot misfires off the board's left. The Sidekicks try to run it down quickly. Here's Curtis Partain working against Alan Holm on the defense. Partain back to Moses Ielu inside 2 minutes remaining first half. Eric Day. Smith marking him. Partain against Holm at the red line. Partain breaking loose, turns, and a save made by Engelhart. Reeves tried to follow it up but couldn't control the ball, and Pittsburgh gets it out of the zone. Sidekicks had another opportunity that was very close to being cashed in. Pryor back to McDonald. If you're wondering about the Dallas record for goals in the game, the record is 19. And they're a long way away from that, obviously, but they are really rolling at the moment, up 7-0. Here's Pittsburgh with a try. Kick save. Papaleo. Go with a quick right foot to deflect it out of the crease. Pedroso. Outside, here's a shot off the board. Now Partain with it for Dallas. Manages to get it past Peter Smith. Here's Curtis Partain working with the ball, and Engelhart collides with Partain as he clears the ball back upfield. Smith for Pittsburgh. Inside, a minute remaining first half. Pryor, left side. Left-footed pass. The attack third into the right corner. Dallas coming up on a half a minute from shutting Pittsburgh out in the first half of this one. Smith back to Fabiano in the center circle. Fagari took it away, and they'll call a Dallas foul, and this will be Fagari going to the box on a penalty with 26.5 seconds left. And Raul Dominguez made the call. Fagari will walk to the box. And he was called for tripping just when the Sidekicks were close to getting a breakaway. Now, for the remaining 26.5 seconds of this first half, the Stingers will be on a power play. And it will be Fabiano. You see the Sidekicks and go up against a power play team that has cashed in 52% of the time this season. Fabiano at the red line. Dade out there on the penalty killing squad along with Partain. Also Stavro there. They'll get a Pittsburgh foul. That one on Fabiano. And for Troy Fabiano, that's his third foul. So Pittsburgh close to getting to that penalty time, but only 10 seconds, as you see now, remaining in the first half. Pittsburgh on the man advantage. Stavro, Hedlund, Dade, and Partain trying to kill it off for Dallas. Will Pittsburgh get a shot away before the half expires? They do. It doesn't go in, and that'll do it. Pittsburgh will still be on a power play when the second half starts, but the Sidekicks have shut them out in the first half and have really dominated this game. Paul Child sees his team on the short end of a long 7-0 count. David Doyle, a goal and an assist in the first half. Dev Reeves also an assist. At the end of the first half from Reunion Arena, the Dallas Sidekicks dominating the Pittsburgh Stingers. The score is 7-0 as Dallas looks to go 12-0 at home this season. And overall, since starting CISL play, the Sidekicks 26-2 at Reunion. They have not been touched.
And earlier in the game, in the first quarter of play, I heard you say, Craig, that the Stingers were trailing the Sidekicks in shots on goal at 12-10. And then look at what it stands now, almost 2-1 in the second period of play. Kicks out shooting the Stingers 33-20. The penalties you say are almost even, and of course finally the Kicks get a power play goal as a result of some good defense on the part of Pittsburgh early on.
1 for 2 on the power play. That Pittsburgh stat might be a little misleading, saying they were 0 for 1 on the power play. They still have over a minute and a half remaining on the man advantage, but Sidekicks are now thinking about shutout. Dallas trying to preserve that for Joe Papaleo.
That's right. And of course we talked early on that Hank Henry earlier this year in the 15-2 final, Carolina coming in here, really gotten blown up by the Kicks. A very similar scenario here thus far, 7-0. Wouldn't it be something if Joe Papaleo were to register the first ever shutout in the history of the CISL?
Well, we've got 30 minutes of soccer to find out. Stay with us. Half number 2 coming up. Dallas and Pittsburgh from Reunion Arena on HN. Rebroadcast, copied, or used in any manner for any purpose without the prior written consent of Continental Indoor Soccer League Incorporated and the Dallas Sidekicks. Sidekicks lead at 7-0 as we start the second half, and Scott, again, part of the suspense is going to be, can Dallas shut out Pittsburgh? And we told you Nick Stavro is celebrating his 25th birthday as he has a point to extend his streak to 11 consecutive games tonight. But there never has been a shutout in the CISL. Billy Phillips made mention of that.
Wouldn't that be something special, though? It really would. You hate to keep harping on the thing, but it's something that has never happened. And the very fact that this game is already 7-0, I think it's, unless there's an incredible comeback by Pittsburgh, this one's just about in hand as far as the Sidekicks go. But it would really be something that the drama of this thing as it wound down, if Papaleo could stay on top of things. There he is, the veteran keeper of the Dallas Sidekicks, and I hate to use the expression, one of the nicest guys you've ever met, but indeed he is. Has had a young child that has spent a number of hours and days over the last 2 or 3 years up at Children's Medical Center here in Dallas, and in return for all the great care that she's received, he's been right there to give back, more so than is usually the case with so many athletes. And he's really a special guy, and we'd love to see him come up with the shutout tonight for the Sidekicks. That would really be something neat. But of course, as you alluded to, 1:33 left in the power play for Pittsburgh. So there's some work to be done here in the early going in the third period of play as we're underway, Craig.
Right out of the gate, Pittsburgh with that man advantage still for 90 seconds. So we'll see how Dallas responds with Eric Dade, Curtis Partain, Nick Stavro, and John Hedlund on the defense for Dallas, the penalty killing unit. Troy Fabiano, who has the ball right now, leading the power play team for the Stingers, who have scored 52% of the time with a man advantage. But the Stingers have now gone 4 consecutive quarters going back to last night's loss in Las Vegas without even scoring a goal. And the first 30 seconds on that remaining 1:33 gone now. Inside a minute remaining on the power play for Pittsburgh, and they haven't handled the ball well. And here comes Dallas trying to break loose with it. Partain clears it all the way down in the Pittsburgh zone. The Sidekicks try to kill it off. Fabiano will hurry it back up the field. along with Solodovnik for Pittsburgh. Kenny Pryor out there. Also, Izotov. That's Mikhail Izotov. And Pryor shot too high and out of play. And the one remaining member of that power play team for the Stingers is Chris Kelly. 34 seconds remaining on the man advantage, and we are just underway in the second half. All Sidekicks on the scoreboard, 7-0. And we talked about goals remaining for Dallas to accomplish home field advantage throughout the playoffs, topping last year's regular season record, and now adding to that perhaps the opportunity for the first ever shutout in the CISL in the brief history of this league. 20 seconds remaining on the Pittsburgh power play. Partain trying to go up against now Solodovnik, who has it on the left side. 10 seconds remaining on that man advantage. And the Sidekicks hold Pittsburgh off on the power play. Looks like they'll do just that because Pittsburgh's not even going to be able to get a shot away. Dallas is going to kill off this penalty, but can they get Figari back on? They will, because the ball goes out of play. Jean-Paul Figari back on. He was the one called for the tripping foul late in the first half. Teams at equal strength now as the Sidekicks kill off the penalty, but Dallas not ready to make a line change yet because Pittsburgh has a kick-in coming from the right side. Dangerous situation here. Solodovnik couldn't have Kelly finish it. Now home into the box. Stavro clears it for the Sidekicks. Here's Pittsburgh a chance again, and it goes wide left. And Dallas will clear it. Now the Sidekicks will perhaps have a chance to make a line change. Not quite, because Engelhardt got it back upfield quickly. They do now, however. Reeves back on for Dallas. Still a defensive posture for the Sidekicks. Down low, Papaleo comes up with it. That was a close call.
It sure was. It looked like it gotten away from him, bounced off, as we've got a man down just in the mouth of the goal. Now he's back up.
That man is Izotov, who went down. You see the close call there.
See, you saw Joe try and pop it off against the boards with his left foot. Watch his left foot. And actually, what got through his legs in the right knee bounced it off the board, and he squatted down as quickly as he could to cover up. So a good break for the Kicks and Joe Papaleo, and we remain 7-zip with 12:47 to be played here in the third quarter.
And it was Stavro and an inadvertent right forearm that caught Mikhail Izotov and sent him down, but he's all right as he heads to the bench. A little bit of training attention there. Sidekicks do get a chance to make a line change, and they will have Tattoo come on once the ball moves past midfield. And Tattoo is back on the field. Papaleo sends it up for Tattoo. Couldn't control it, however. Zielu runs it down for Dallas. Now back to Joe Papaleo. Has to use the feet this time. Holm knocks it down. Smith and Zielu intercepts for the Sidekicks. Hayden, one touch in the center of the field to Pedroso. He's got Tattoo on the right side. Here's Tattoo. Turning. Can he get a shot away? He does, and he very nearly scores. Just missed from the left side. Engelhardt went down, but the ball just missed far post on the left. Back upfield. And for Pittsburgh, it's Casper. Zielu. Hayden. Now back to the left. Here's Pedroso. Inside of McDonald. The right foot on the ball. By the back heel for Hayden. McDonald cleared it momentarily, and it's still in the Pittsburgh defensive third. Back to McDonald. 3 minutes gone by in the second half. A 7-0 Dallas lead. Neither team has scored here in the early moments of period number 3. Kenny Pryor. Upfield for the Stingers. To the red line. Into Holm. His shot goes in. Papaleo deflected it. Now back outside. Here's Smith with a left-footed shot, and he scores. The shutout ends, and Smith takes his jersey off, and look at this. And the fans are letting him hear about that. Kind of a, I don't know, a mock tribute to Tattoo. He took his shirt off, went to the crowd, and
look at Tattoo laughing about it. He said, yeah, sure, anything you say. Left footer, and he caught it with the outside of the foot, and it almost was like a changeup in baseball, almost like a curveball. As you see him kind of mock out Tattoo. You want the jersey? I wish he'd thrown it up, because I tell you where it would have ended up. Right back on the field or on his head. The fans were up saying, come on, give it back to us and we'll toss it right back. But indeed, the shutout is gone now for Joe Papaleo. Now the Kicks just going to do their best to preserve this 7-1 lead and magic number down to 2 to grab the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. As you see the first goal in the last 70 minutes and 15 seconds. That's over 4 quarters of soccer. The Stingers finally capitalized at the expense of the Kicks.
A long time for the Stingers in between goals. It'd be interesting to see how Tattoo responds. You saw him, as you mentioned, Scott kind of nod his head. It's all right. It's okay. Peter Smith gave the fake to the Reunion crowd there with the jersey. And here is Doyle back upfield for Tattoo. Sidekicks in control, and as you mentioned, now they can relax a little bit. The tenseness of worrying about that shutout no longer exists. Home got the assist on the goal by Smith, and for Alan Home, it was his second assist of the season. And Peter Smith had his 15th goal of the year. Of course, they are missing their leading scorer, Kia, who had 56 points coming into tonight's game. And Kia out with a hamstring injury suffered a week ago, last Sunday night, in fact, at Anaheim, and was listed as probable for this road trip to Las Vegas and Dallas, but has not seen action in either game.
You know, I would imagine that they're probably playing this almost like a preseason football game. You just want to hope that nobody gets hurt and he can get back home. All they've got to do is win 1 game in their remaining 3 after tonight, and they're in the playoffs.
The shot from outside to goal, Pittsburgh. That one from the right from Troy Fabiano as it beats Papaleo to the far post, and maybe it gives Dallas a reminder that there is still a long way to go in this contest. Sidekicks still lead it, but the margin is trimmed to 5 goals now.
Here's another look at it, and again, it's from way outside, past the red line. Second goal of the night for the Stingers from way outside. Lex loose and just spreads it right through the left side, catches the corner, and it's suddenly 7-2 now with 10:31 to be played here in the 3rd quarter of play.
Just the 4th goal of the year for Troy Fabiano, and Pittsburgh has a little life breathed into them now with those 2 goals. 5-goal lead, and as I mentioned, perhaps a reminder now that there is still ways to go in this soccer game, and the Sidekicks cannot get too comfortable. Izatov got the assist on that one, his 16th of the year at 4:29 of the period. So it's a 7-2 game, and here comes Pryor back up the field. Grabbed Eric Dade's arm, and they do call the foul for holding on Kenny Pryor. Pryor picks up his first foul of the half, and now Tattoo goes down. He's extremely upset at the veteran McDonald, and McDonald is called for the foul. He'll go to the box. Tattoo, look at that expression on his face, Scott.
Yeah, not pleased at all, and understandably so, because, you know, Tattoo has such a reputation. He leads the league in assists, leads the league in goals, leads the league in points scored, leads the league in just about everything. CISL Player of the Year, most valuable year in and year out, not only with the Kicks, but throughout the league. And so sometimes he's kind of zeroed in upon a little more than really should be by the opposition. And that's the second time that he and McDonald have tussled tonight. So I'm sure Tattoo's saying, come on, let's play soccer. Let's not play games. But he finds himself in the box, and the power play opportunity for the Kicks now for the next 2 minutes.
And that didn't take long. 6 seconds on the power play. You could see it developing. Tattoo went to Doyle. Doyle went to Dade. Eric Dade finished it. 6 seconds on the power play. Dallas meant business, and it's an 8-2 Sidekicks lead.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. They meant business indeed. Here's another look at it. That's Tattoo in the middle of your screen. Gets the right foot on it over to Dade, or over to Doyle, into Dade, and just like it's done in practice, the Kicks find themselves on top by a score of 8-2. Boy, that was pretty.
Off the pass from Tattoo, 1-touch Doyle. Dade with the finish into the back of the net. Eric Dade's 2nd goal of the night.
And that's the kind of stuff that Gordon Jago is going to pull out at practice and say, this is how it's done, guys. Do it again. Boy, that was picture perfect. 8-2, 9:48 left, 3rd quarter.
And that gets the Sidekicks back on mark. They are 2 out of 3 on the power play now, as that comes at 5:05 of the 3rd period. So we've had 3 quick goals scored here in this span of about 3 minutes, or 2 minutes plus in the 3rd period. And the Sidekicks back up by 6 now at 8-2.
Well, now we'll see if they can break that record for most goals scored in a game this season. 15-2 was the final in the Carolina game back in the early going of July.
Might have to get on the horse to do that, but it is certainly within reach. But I think right now Gordon Jago is probably concerned about making sure his guys finish the game injury-free, finish by playing well and not really laying off in the final moments. There's one that goes into the arc, and Partain runs it down for Dallas. Wants to make sure that they finish playing sharply.
And I would imagine we probably won't see as much of David Doyle and Tattoo and some of the other marquee players in the late going. Get some of the youngsters in there with a chance to hone their skills before the playoffs coming up.
Well, and there is a game to be played tomorrow night as well. Sidekicks have the back-to-back, and Houston will be coming in here. The Hot Shots with former Sidekick Beto coming in, and also Sean Ray, former Sidekicks keeper in, and Hank Henry will be in the net tomorrow night. Dallas, the free kick. Doyle's try goes off the mark after Engelhart was called for intentionally playing the ball over the glass. 8:45 remaining third quarter. Sidekicks 8, Stingers 2. Partain outside for Dev Reeves. Stavro will come out. Chris Hayden back on, and this is definitely the type of game that Gordon Jago wanted, a chance to, a real breather and a chance for his team to be able to give some of the veterans some rest and get some of the younger guys like Curtis Partain and also Chris Hayden some more playing time.
It is a confidence builder, and at the same time does exactly what you allude to, Craig. Gives them a chance to kind of lay back when you're ahead 8-2 with 8 minutes left in the third period of play. Unless something drastically wrong happens here, this one's a Kicks win, but it does give them a chance to kind of settle back, breathe easy, and get ready for the game tomorrow night.
Wes Sechrist, ball in the offensive third for Pittsburgh. Dave pass back to Papaleo. They'll roll it out to Dev Reeves. Tattoo returns for Dallas on the offensive charge. Reeves for Tattoo. He may lay it off for Dev Reeves. He does, and Reeves' shot does not have an opportunity to go on goal as he takes a tumble. Sidekicks are substituting freely, getting a lot of guys in and out, perhaps even more than the regular pattern. They are getting a lot of guys on and off the field. And Aaron Dave and Sechrist go down in the center circle. Here's Tattoo. Lead pass. Pedroso scores. And the combination works again tonight. Tattoo to Pedroso, back to a 7-goal margin at 9-2 Dallas.
Tattoo, year in and year out, is always among the scoring leaders, the goal-scoring leaders. But you got to keep in mind he also leads the league in assists. He is one of the most unselfish soccer players you will see. Always ready to feed off to his teammates. And in this particular instance, Pedroso comes up with a goal. And the Kicks find themselves 1 goal away from double digits. 9-2 is how we stand. Lots more soccer coming up live from Reunion.
Of the season as Tattoo strikes again. 6-point night for Tattoo, and he has 3 goals and 3 assists. 9-2 Kicks on top. Ball played in, and Papaleo fields it for Dallas, looking for Tattoo again against McDonald. He goes down. McDonald, who was called earlier for the trip against Tattoo, called for a foul there. And Tattoo will set it up. Free kick coming. Over there along with Hedlund, who back heels to Tattoo. Pass blocked by McDonald. Tattoo runs it down. That's McDonald marking him, applying the pressure. Back to Moses Ielu. And he'll just play back to Papaleo. 7 minutes remaining third quarter. 9-2 Dallas. Lead ball for Tattoo. Pedroso overran the ball trying to get to the pass. And instead, Tattoo will work back to Hayden. Chris Hayden. Back to Zielu, who had his first goal as a sidekick earlier in this contest. And that pass doesn't go anywhere but right to Pittsburgh. Izatov with it for the Stingers. Mikhail Izatov goes down. Zielu takes it away. And the sidekicks come upfield. Zielu looking around for some help. And he'll play it to Figari. Jean-Paul Figari back to Moses Zielu again. More of this Dallas youth out there. Only Hedlund is the grizzled veteran out there. Now Stavro returns for Dallas. Pedroso leaves. Doyle is now back on the field for the Sidekicks. And Izatov plays it upfield to Kenny Pryor for the Stingers. Cut off by Stavro. And and sent back. Fabiano into the lead third, but Zielu beating Peter Smith to the ball, and he plays it back. Joe Papaleo clears it upfield with the right foot. Down to Engelhard, who seems to have settled in a little bit, even though he has given up a couple of goals here in the second half. He had a very shaky first half in his first ever CISL start. Downfield ball, Papaleo leads off for Doyle on the breakaway. Figari tried to get to it. Off the board, Jean-Paul Figari. He has yet to score a goal in the Sidekicks uniform, and there'll be a foul called on Pittsburgh down along the boards. Sidekicks will have the free kick coming. That's on Kenny Pryor, that foul. His second foul here of the period. Doyle and Dade line up the kick. Figari is down in the low post on the far side of the field. Doyle rips it right at Engelhard, who fields it for the Stingers.
You know, another aspect of the game we might watch for here in the late going, in the end of the third quarter here and into the fourth quarter, is whether Nick Stavro can come up with a point, because we said at the top he has scored in 10 consecutive games. But did he have an assist earlier?
On the tattoo power play goal.
Okay.
And so he has extended that lead. And
I was just trying to keep you honest. Just checking out.
Okay. Well, Sidekicks are extending a number of streaks tonight.
So he's 11 straight games now with at least 1 point. So a lot of these guys coming on as they get ready for the playoffs. The regular season ends a week from tomorrow.
Off the boards, Figari tried to get to it. Fabiano runs it down for the Stingers. Izatov hits the deck. Fabiano has it back. Troy Fabiano to Mikhail Izatov. Izatov center. It's a shot away that's blocked by Dade. And the right foot clears it back upfield. Sechrist to Nedling. And Papaleo scoops it up. Overhand toss. As Papaleo's been off the mark tonight for Dallas. Now the Tattoo trying to turn on Sechrist. Held up. Shot no good. There's a bike try by Doyle, too high and over the glass.
You know, Tattoo was grabbed in the right arm there. He just couldn't get going because he had outrun his opponent and was getting the left foot on it. Just as he went to kick, he suddenly found himself being pulled back. Watch Tattoo's right arm get yanked. And there's the bicycle attempt by David Doyle. Right in front. Up a little high, and boys will be boys, huh?
Back upfield. Sidekicks with it. And here's Tattoo trying to beat Sechrist to the ball again. They both go down, and that'll be a foul call on Tattoo. Quick restart, Pittsburgh. Inside, 4 minutes to play, third quarter. Tattoo probably due for a breather. He's still out there.
Which really surprises me. It really does, Craig, because I would imagine that Gordon Jago's got to be thinking about giving these guys a rest with the game coming up here against Houston tomorrow night.
I think you'll probably let them run their normal shifts on into the fourth quarter, and we will see the younger guys. And we have seen Anthony Sherwood out there quite a bit tonight. Certainly Zielu and some of the other guys, young guys as well. Figari. Here's Tattoo. Upfield ball, and Sidekicks caught in the middle of a line change. Pedroso had it, lost it, and home plays it down in the Dallas defensive third. Papaleo with his back to the offensive side of the field. Got it back upfield. Solodovnik has it. Partain goes high in the air. They call him for dangerous play, and Partain waves off. Not very happy with the call of Colby Jones. Solodovnik will take the free kick for Pittsburgh. And he scores off of it. Boy, that's a rocket. And what a kick by Oleg Solodovnik, the midfielder, to make it a 9-3 score at the 3:05 mark remaining here in the third quarter. We've got a yellow card coming. There was some sort of a misconduct. Something said they're done over on the Pittsburgh bench. It will not be a power play for Dallas, but here's another look at the goal. What a bullet.
Boy, it was. And again, for the third time tonight, they catch Joe Papaleo up behind the red line. They were beyond the red line when Solodovnik let that go.
Well, that's just a perfectly placed shot, upper 90. A postage stamp in the right corner.
It was a beauty. 9-3 is how we stand. 3:05 left, third quarter.
And that unsportsmanlike call on the Pittsburgh bench. Solodovnik scores at 11:55 to make it a 9-3 game. And for Oleg Solodovnik, his 14th of the season. Dallas threatening immediately. Pedroso with a chance, couldn't finish it, however. That was an unassisted goal. Of course, it came off the free kick, and for Oleg Solodovnik, his 14th of the season. And here comes Pittsburgh again to Wes Sechrist on the left side. Sidekicks cleared away. Anthony Sherwood for Dallas as we approach 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. The left side for Figari. This is the young group we were talking about. You see Sherwood, Figari, Pedroso out there. Now, Deb Reeves is out there along with Eric Dade to try to keep things under control. But Dallas with the younger players out there. This is a chance now for the remaining 2 minutes of the third quarter plus the end of the third quarter break for the veterans to get a long breather, and then maybe a few shifts early in the final period. And if it's still 6 goals or more, then maybe they're out of there. But again, Gordon Jago wants to maintain the consistency and to continue to have the guys running their shifts, running their lines, while still giving the younger guys some time. See, Tattoo now has returned to the lineup, so we won't see a drastic emptying of that because they do have to run their lines. Outside, and Kelly can't finish. This one too high and out of play. With 1:36 remaining in the third quarter. That try from David Casper goes over the top. Goalkeeper toss coming for Papaleo with 96 seconds remaining in the third period. Dade and Sherwood, along with Doyle, Tattoo, on the field for Dallas. Also Zielu. Upfield pass. Sherwood with it. Zielu couldn't get to the ball, and here comes Pittsburgh 3-on-3. Outside Izatov too high, and that one nearly sailed into the concession stand. Nice catch by an usher way up at the top.
Yeah, that one actually went through one of the vomitory entrances here at Reunion in the mezzanine level. Out into the hallway. I don't know as I've ever seen that before.
Papaleo with a quick yell for his teammates to move, and then he sent the ball upfield. Sherwood couldn't get to it. Now he has it. Tried to chip it for Tattoo, and Engelhard has it. Tattoo calling for a handball violation. Didn't get it. 1:10 remaining in the period. Doyle looking for Tattoo again. He'll lay the ball off for Chris Hayden. Hayden looking for Doyle through the box. He shoots him too high.
Had him wide open too, and that's that postage stamp spot in that upper right-hand corner, and he had it labeled right for that spot too. Doyle a little shaken up in the play, kind of limping back upfield, but it was a beautiful pass, and Doyle just a little strong with it, put it up over the bar.
Chris Hayden made that pass for Dallas. One of the younger USISL guys on loan and playing for Dallas. Inside a minute remaining in the period. Now we've got a red card and an ejection. That one, I believe, I don't know if it's on Paul Child or on the bench. The earlier yellow card that was called just a few moments ago when Pittsburgh scored the goal was called on the assistant coach, and that one might have just gone on the trainer.
Trainer Pete Youngman of Pittsburgh is being ejected from the game for foul and abusive language.
And there you see it. I believe that is the first time I have ever seen a trainer ejected from a game.
Somebody put a Band-Aid on his mouth. They won't have that problem next time, right?
Well, you won't see Steve Smith say anything like that. Sidekicks trainer, one of the nicest guys you will ever meet anywhere. And it's just been a frustrating night for Pittsburgh. Red card ejection. Well, that is, there's Steve Smith. And he, as I mentioned, one of the nicest guys, and certainly no better trainer in the CISL as well. But well, that's the first time I've ever seen a trainer ejected. We ought to get Steve's reaction on that. See what he thinks of that. That just goes to show that anybody can be tossed from this game, depending on their attitude. And as they said, a foul and abusive language there on the part of the Stingers trainer, and he'll go to the dressing room.
Remember last year in the Southwest Conference?
Absolutely.
Won't mention any names, but a member of the play-by-play crew was ejected in a college basketball game. That was a first that I could remember along those lines as well. So.
Yeah, that was a first for a play-by-play announcer to be ejected. I'll mention it. It was Dave South.
Dave likes the press, huh?
That was quite unusual. That
Texas A&M game.
And that was in the Southwest Conference postseason classic. But just goes to show that just about anything can happen. Just about any line of sports, certainly in this league. Field ball, Doyle has it. Just 20 seconds remaining in the quarter, and a 9-3 Dallas advantage. Hedlund, he's atop. There's a nice lead ball for McDonald on the left side. Ian McDonald trying to turn loose for a shot. Papaleo comes down to meet him. Just 5 seconds to go, and the Sidekicks dodge that bullet. Off the tattoo, 2 seconds, 1. He gets it away. That'll do it for the third period. Sidekicks have a 6-goal lead at the end of 30 periods, and they are 15 minutes away from win number 21 of the season and from going 12-0 at Reunion this season. At the end of 3, 9-3. Dallas will be back. Certainly willing to take their time with it and run some clock here as well. Pittsburgh takes it back, and here is Kelly on the right side for the Stingers. Kelly setting up for a shot too high, and it goes over the top. Papaleo says, I didn't touch it. We'll see if they say it's a keeper throw-in. And no, it will be a corner kick coming for the Stingers.
I was going to say, it looked on the initial shot of that he actually touched it, because it kind of misdirected it, took a little trajectory up. So a nice save by Joe, whatever.
And a quick restart as Fabiano tried to get it in too high and over the top, and now it will be the keeper throw-in coming for Joe Papaleo. Dallas 9 and Pittsburgh 3. 13:35 remaining in this one. Rolling it out to Zielu. Upfield, Stabro. Now to Doyle. Too far, and it goes out of play. And the throw-in coming for Pittsburgh, the kick-in coming for Pittsburgh with 13:28 to go.
Good crowd on hand tonight, but still plenty of empty seats if you'd like to take advantage of the kicks. Come on and see them tomorrow night. They haven't lost this year at home, so your chances of seeing a win are pretty good, huh?
And then Las Vegas, the final home game of the regular season, then the playoffs, and Dallas looking for all the world as though they'll have home field advantage all the way through the playoffs. Foul called on the Sidekicks.
Lots of families here too, Greg. I've never seen so many youngsters. It's really nice to see the kids out here, boys and girls, with their moms and dads.
Zielu called for the foul. And here comes the free kick inside the left corner spot now for Pittsburgh. They set it up outside. Here's home with a shot, knocked down. Sidekicks do the defensive work there. It goes all the way down into the Pittsburgh defensive third of the field. And if you're wondering, of course, the playoffs coming up, and it's 3 rounds of best of 3. Sidekicks will be the top seed in the East and will play the 4th place team in the East. It could be Detroit, it could be Washington. In all likelihood, it will be Washington. It could be Dallas against the Warthogs in the opening round. And one of the Sidekicks' 3 losses was at the US Air Arena to Washington. They defeated them here and lost to them up there, and it looks as though like the Sidekicks would play Washington in the opening round in the Eastern semifinals. Meanwhile, we've got a blue card coming, a penalty coming on the other side. And is this on David Doyle? Doyle coming over to question it, but Raul Dominguez coming over. We've seen play and also a few other things get sloppy here at this point. They explain it. Partain doesn't understand. We'll see on whom the penalty's called. I guess it's on Curtis Partain. He can't believe it. Dominguez is going to send him to the box. And you see the confusion is as much as frustration on the face of Curtis Partain.
Well, it looked like he called number 13. The kicks don't, first of all, have a number 13. And then suddenly turned around when David Doyle and Partain were there arguing the call and trying to get an explanation from the officials. Suddenly they turned around and said, hey, you look like a good guy. Why don't you go in there for a couple of minutes and sit down? And so Partain still arguing the cause, arguing his case alongside the officials now in the penalty box. But whatever, it's a 2-minute power play for Pittsburgh,
where they have yet to convert. As you see, their earlier attempt was stopped by Dallas. That was in the waning seconds of the first half and the start of the second half. So the penalty goes on Partain, and they're still sorting it out. Meanwhile, officials on what the call is. And it was the 4th foul on Partain is what it was, as he said it was not, the foul was not on him. As you mentioned, they thought that the foul was called on a number 13 earlier, and then Raul Dominguez said, no, it was on you. And that happened to be the 4th foul on Curtis Partain. So it's 2-minute man advantage now for the Stingers. Into the left corner, here's Pryor. Into the box outside, Fabiano shoots and a save made. Papaleo gets down on the ball quickly. Pittsburgh reloading. Here's Izatov, faking a couple of times. Fabiano to the left side. His shot blocked by Stavro. It ticks down to a minute remaining on the Pittsburgh man advantage. 11:50 remaining in the contest.
You talked earlier, Craig, about how strong this team is as far as power play and defense against it. Number 1 in the league. They're 3rd, right behind the kicks as far as power play opportunities and how they've scored. So offensively and defensively, very good power plays.
And people would ask, how has this team been 12 and 13? Part of it is they've had trouble closing out opponents at home. They've lost several close games as well. Here's Dave breaking loose for Dallas. Short-handed, played intentionally out by Engelhardt, who probably felt he didn't have much choice, and Dallas is going to have a free kick at the top of the arc with just 32 seconds remaining on the penalty to Curtis Partain.
Here's another look at Eric Day getting the takeaway, and finally Engelhardt kicks it up before any damage is done.
Sidekicks, meanwhile, ask for a timeout. They want to get a set play here with 11:23 to go in the final division finals and the league championship series, all best out of 3.
And that's why I think it's so important that you get that home field advantage, because when you're just playing 3, it can happen often fast.
Here's Tattoo off the restart. Stavro's try was blocked. Dave tried to set it up. Inside a half minute remaining on the Pittsburgh power play. Engelhardt went down on the ball, and Dallas close to killing off its second man disadvantage of the night. Upfield to Kenny Pryor. Pittsburgh trying to hurry while they still have one extra man on the field. There it is downfield, and Smith misfired on the shot. He had the right side of the goal open. And Dallas close to closing out this Pittsburgh power play. Partain ready to come out of the box. That he does. You see Curtis hustling into position, and Dallas has managed to kill off the Pittsburgh power play. Dallas now back at full strength. Stavro, the left side for David Doyle. 10:35 remaining in the game. Lead pass, Tattoo's open. Turns inside, shoots, kick save made. Engelhardt. Doyle now shooting, and he scores! It got past Engelhardt. Second goal of the night, and David Doyle fakes as if he'll throw the shirt into the seats. He did it right at Smith, who gave the feint earlier, and the Sidekicks are back up by 7.
All started from Tattoo's shot at close range. Engelhardt doesn't make that earlier in the game, does here a little later on in the game, and again, there's a misdirection. You saw the shot that we talked about earlier. Watch it hit one of his players. Kind of misdirected off. And Doyle says, should I play Tattoo? No, maybe not tonight.
David Doyle with goal number 45 to go with 45 assists, 90 points for number 11 this season.
I think that's 46, isn't it? Isn't that the hat trick for him?
That's
I'm sorry, you're right. It's number 45. I'm looking at Dade up there, and I've got Doyle, Dade. I've got all kinds of these.
Well, there's plenty of goals, that's for sure, for Dallas.
You're right. It's only 45. That's only his second of the night.
It is the 7th point of the night for Tattoo. 4 assists to go with his hat trick of 3 goals. And Dallas now with the 10-3 advantage, back up by the 7-goal margin they held at the half, and the 8,618 in attendance here, enjoying every minute of it. Back upfield, Donald. Grosso cutting it off. Now sent back. Upfield for Hayden. One thing is for certain for Pittsburgh, not only to get into the playoffs, but to have any success against what looks to be an opening round matchup against Monterey, they have to have Kia on the field, and they have to have Doug Petrus on the field.
Well, Petrus, as we mentioned at the top, 4th right now in the CISL among goalkeepers as far as goals against average, and he's played more minutes and stopped more shots on goal this year than anybody in the CISL.
The only keeper to go every game this season.
So indeed a well-deserved rest tonight, even though he's doing it right now in the confines of the locker room after being ejected for some abusive language late in the 3rd period of play.
Foul called on the Sidekicks. Pittsburgh will send it back upfield. 9:16 to go, and now it just comes down to the Sidekicks just cruising in from there. And ensuring the fact that they're hoping that no one gets hurt, just trying to close this one out, giving some of the mainline guys some rest, and that's what we're seeing at the moment. Now, Pedrosa was out there, but as well as Dave, but the other three are Partain, Fagari, and Hayden for Dallas.
Unfamiliar names, but right now, possibly the future of the Kicks in years to come.
Certainly Partain, one of the bright young faces of this Dallas club. Now Reeves back out there. Pedroso hops off the field. Doyle back on, the man who just scored moments ago for Dallas. Lead ball for Reeves, shooting, and a save made by Engelhardt into the corner. You heard Billy Phillips say at the half, he told Engelhardt to keep his head up, not to get too down about it. He does show some potential and some talent, but he's had a rough night tonight. Back upfield. Fagari over to Doyle now. Turning, shot with the left foot doesn't go in. Anthony Sherwood back on the field for Dallas. He'll run it down in the neutral third. The right corner. Home clears it out for Pittsburgh, but Dallas wins it back. Here's Doyle. Right foot working against McDonald. Stingers take it away. Fryer. Upfield ball into the lead third. Down into the corner. This one for Casper. Outside to Smith. His shot blocked by Dade. Excellent defensive work and a nutmeg as Doyle put it right through the legs of McDonald. Here's Dade. Right side, Tattoo. Turning. Shooting. No, it's a pass for Dade and broken up by Fabiano of the Stingers. Midway point of the final period. Smith to the right side. At the red line. Cross field. That's excellent ball work, but they couldn't finish as Casper couldn't put it in the back of the net. Into the corner. Sherwood along with Tattoo, and they'll take it away. Dallas with the 7-goal advantage. Sherwood back to Moses Diallo. Crossing the red line and upfield. And again, some of the younger guys getting experience, but being brought off the field too. It's in spurts, and that's, again, more of the coaching work of Gordon Jago, the teaching work. The teaching and the coaching. And he says we also teach while we're out there coaching. Left side, here's Stavro. And talking about teaching, he takes Engelhardt to school there on that goal. 11-3 Sidekick.
Happy birthday, number 23. As we said, he was 25 yesterday. And what a way to celebrate his birthday with a return trip to Dallas and Reunion Arena, and the Kicks lead at 11-3. As you watch Stavro again. Doyle with a great feed. Stavro the cross on his own, the left footer, and it's got it. Just under the upper left-hand crossbar. And the Kicks lead it 11-3. 6:59 left here at Reunion. We'll be back.
King's Jewelry, the diamond specialist since 1914, featuring the area's largest selection of quality Wittenauer watches. For that special sparkle, come to King's. Look out.
Picture what women do for the family, sponsored by the Washington Hospital. A most exciting time for a couple is the beginning of a new life. To help mother and baby get off to a healthy start, she needs to see a physician regularly for proper prenatal care. And thanks to the latest technology, a family can watch the growth and monitor the health of their baby. The entire family should attend parenting classes and prepare to care for its newest member. For more information, call the Washington Hospital, a caring place for growing families.
My ultimate ESPN Sports Center highlight goes like this. Loose ball in the end zone. Ball on it, no chance. My feet are light, and I've got the moves. At the 50, I see Myers. Not now, Chris. I'm a busy man. And as I cross the goal line, I laugh, knowing my agent has just cut a deal for my very own fitness video. Yeah, that's my Sports Center highlight.
Brought to you locally by Fox 53, the place to be for NFL football.
The Sidekicks certainly en route to win number 21. Look for their 22nd win of the season and a chance to go 13-0 at home as they play host to the Houston Hotshots. If you haven't seen the Texas rivals of the Sidekicks, here's your opportunity tomorrow night. And you'll be able to see it right here on HSE tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. 11-3 Dallas here at inside 7 minutes remaining in the game. A 7-point night for Tattoo, a 5-point night for David Doyle. And you just hope they got plenty left tomorrow night here as the folks can tune into HSE to watch these guys go back on the field and try to score on Houston.
Well, that's why I'm still a little surprised that Tattoo here late in the fourth quarter is still in the ball game. But
there he is on the left side. Tattoo for Chris Hayden. Turn right, left, off the boards. Tattoo was cut off by Fabiano and couldn't finish. And Sechrist back upfield. Downfield, Papaleo off his line will clear it back upfield to Pedroso. It's Apollo Pedroso looking, and Tattoo's there in the center of the field. It's played to Tattoo. Back to Pedroso as we tick down to 6 minutes remaining in the game. Chris Hayden comes to the red line. Now to Pedroso into the left corner, off the boards, and fortunately for Dallas, no one there to finish. But Dade runs it down into the right corner for Tattoo, trying to get around Engelhard, who nevertheless dives on the ball, and he's shaken up. He might have taken a foot to the face, says he's all right, hops up, but that's smarts.
Yeah, Tattoo kind of blocked him off. Watch Tattoo block him off, and then Eric Dade gets the foot, tries to kick the ball as he was going down onto the turf to grab it, and might have caught it in the schnoz, caught it in the face, but apparently all right.
Solodovnik, the right side for the Stingers. His pass deflected. Sidekicks cleared away again. 5:23 remaining. Dallas will go to 21-3 for the season and 12-0 at Reunion Arena, 27-2 over the past couple of years. 3-line violation is going to be called. Joe Papaleo for sending that one too deep. And it'll be a kick coming at the Dallas red line for Pittsburgh. Sidekicks will top 50 shots on goal before the evening is done. Kick coming for the Stingers, and it's a goal. Izatov gets it from the red line. Another one of those red line goals for the Stingers.
All four have been from the red line or out. Actually, that's the closest of the night.
11-4 Dallas now. That one comes at 9:49 of the final period.
Here's another look at it. Joe just stymied, just wide open. He's on the far side of the nets. Watch Joe, lower right-hand corner of your screen. Kind of looks and I mean, it's wide open.
Izatov gets the goal, and for Mikhail Izatov, that goes for him as the second leading scorer on this team. His 20th goal of the season. That's his first of the night. So it's an 11-4 Dallas advantage. And here comes Pittsburgh again. Home into the box, and Papaleo has to make a kick save. Another try, and just goes wide right for Pittsburgh. Joe Papaleo all of a sudden getting busy again here in the late stages of this contest. 4:45 remaining.
I'm sure Craig, he doesn't want to give a couple of cheap goals away. This is the kind of game that you can work on your goals against average. This is what the folks do up in the nosebleed section.
That one came all the way over to section 229, and it draws some applause from the fans. Nice kick from up there. Maybe a future Tony Miola right there.
Well, he probably heard that there might have been some scouts up in the arena tonight, so he'll give it his best shot. Got a few years to go, though.
Magari marked by McDonald, tried to slip past and push from behind by Kelly, who's called for the foul. Dallas will have the free kick coming from the right side. Magari is down there along with Doyle, Sherwood, Hedlund, and Zielu. And with the exception of Doyle and Hedlund, these are some really young guys out there.
Yeah, this is the no-name unit for those of you that have not kept up with Sidekick soccer here in '94.
All rookies here. Zielu down in the right corner. Back outside to Doyle. David Doyle holds it, and the pass deflected by Holm goes back into the neutral zone, and Hedlund will head it down the Papaleo. Back up the field for Jean-Paul Figari. Nice layoff pass for David Doyle. Drops it looking for Figari again, but Pittsburgh comes away with the ball, and it's Casper who has it for the Stingers. Quick upfield pass to Alan Holm. His ball as he sends it upfield, taken away by Doyle. Back to Figari for Dallas. He does show some quick feet.
Boy, was that a move or what? The way he pulled a 360 right around that ball and it never moved.
Sherwood to Dade. Lead pass to Figari too far. Back upfield now for Pittsburgh, Teddy Nedley. And it's sent all the way down into the Dallas zone. Back to David Doyle now, inside 4 minutes remaining, and this one in cruise control for the Kicks, who will take it in for yet another win, and they've already wrapped up the East, and so the magic number will be reduced to 2 for clinching the home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and then pending the outcome of tonight's game at the MGM Grand between Las Vegas and Anaheim, it could be reduced even to 1 if the Splash were to lose to the Dust Devils this evening. Sure would. At the midfield strike, Pittsburgh takes it back. Casper through the center circle at the red line. Plays it off now for Kenny Pryor at the top of the arc, turning a left-footed shot that's off the glass. And it's Solodovnik who retrieved the ball for the Stingers. Oleg Solodovnik now with it for Pittsburgh. Played to Casper, back to Solodovnik. Once again off the glass. Sherwood to Doyle. Pittsburgh winding up again. They're just having an opportunity to take their shots on goal. Pointed out that Dallas trying to hold off Anaheim for best overall record and home field. Dallas has a trip coming to the Arrowhead Pond. They will play there next Wednesday night. So they have a game coming up. Their only trip to Orange County this season, at least in the regular season. There are some who feel that it will be Dallas and Anaheim. You see the argument there. Joe Papaleo getting pretty angry.
Take another look, and you make the call yourself. He heads it back into Joe, so and Joe can touch it with his hands, and that's what they're arguing there. And they're saying that he should not be able to touch it with his hands, but it was headed back into this circle, and we'll wait and see what they call. He was looking for some help from the other official because he was getting...
Raul Dominguez, as the senior referee, has to come in and make the call at that point, has to overrule it if he saw it, but they are still discussing what they're going to do, and I believe they are...
Joe's calmed down, so I would imagine he got his call on this one.
Yeah, Raul Dominguez came in and overruled Colby Jones, so it will be a goalkeeper toss coming for Joe Papaleo. Even in an 11-4 game inside 2.5 minutes, you want to make sure your rights are protected. That's for certain. Here's Pedroso. Now played back and lost. Izatov has it for Pittsburgh with Hedlund marking him. Coming down to 2 minutes remaining in the game, and it has been Dallas throughout this contest. Now Pop turning. Pop has not seen that much action tonight. He was called for penalty earlier, setting up the Dallas power play goal. Fabiano, the left side. Back to Heinz Pop. Troy Fabiano to the right again. Pryor, triple team, and is played back in the center circle. Fabiano into the offensive third, intercepted by Partain. Curtis Partain upfield trying to hit Pedroso for it. And Dielu back on for Dallas. Now we'll see the young guys finish this one out for the Sidekicks. Hayden, Partain, Pedroso, Hedlund out there, the old veteran defender. Dielu complete the Dallas quintet out there, field players along with Papaleo in goal. With 1:15 remaining in the game. Sechrist to the left side. And sent back upfield. Dallas, of course, will have Houston here tomorrow night. They have one home game remaining. And that comes up against Las Vegas next Saturday night. The Dust Devils come to town, and then the Sidekicks will conclude the regular season on the road at Sacramento, a building where Dallas lost a year ago. Ball sent through the arc. Inside a minute remaining in the game. The Sidekicks, in addition to closing in on having home field throughout the playoffs, also are closing in, or at least getting closer to eclipsing last year's regular season mark of 23-5. They have a chance that they win out. They go 25-3 if they win out of their remaining games, and that should be a foul call on Pittsburgh. It is. Dallas looking for one more goal here. Partain down to Pedroso. Inside 30 seconds remaining. Partain has tried to go out of play, but the Sidekicks have a chance now as they will go to 21-3 if they can win 3 of the remaining 4 games. Scott, up going 24-4, and if they win out, they'd be 25-3. It's quite a mark.
It is quite a mark. It is quite a mark. You know, and everybody talks about the outstanding year that they had last year in the charter season of the CISL. They won the Hobalo Axe, best record in the regular season. They won the championship, and so many people said, how can they be even better than they were last year? And we're certainly seeing proof positive that indeed might be the case. This is quite a soccer team. You know, you were talking about Las Vegas. I was out there in business last week. Believe it or not, yes, it was. And I couldn't believe that MGM Grand where you're talking about where the Las Vegas squad plays. 5,000 rooms in that hotel. It is just that whole city is undergoing a rebirth of sorts. You see a heck of a lot more than the gambling tables that you once did.
For what it's worth, with 22 seconds ago, penalty call on Wes Seacrest. He's in the box of the Sidekicks. Are out there right now, and of course, and there's a shot in the goal from outside, and that's Anthony Sherwood who gets his first. It was a misconduct call, as I started to say. The Sidekicks get the goal from Anthony Sherwood with 20 seconds remaining in the game, his first in a Dallas uniform.
Long night for Keith Engelhart. As you see it one more time, all by himself, he just lets rip. Boy, that was a hard-hit ball.
And the Sidekicks fans applaud the efforts of young guys who are out there.
That was a bullet. That's arguably the hardest, fastest goal we've seen tonight. 20 seconds left at the 14:40 mark of the final period, and the Kicks make it a 12-4 soccer game right now.
Stavro got the assist on that, his third point of the night, and it looks as though Dallas will win this one by 8 goals. 10 seconds remaining. Sidekicks to go 12-0 at Reunion Arena, where they have been untouchable, and 21-3 for the season. They close on a high note, and Dallas gets the victory. Tattoo, a major part of it, with 7 points tonight, 3 goals and 4 assists. David Doyle, 5 points this evening, and of course the dynamic duo leading Dallas to yet another victory. But we saw the young guys score as well. Moses Zielu with a goal tonight for the Sidekicks. Also Pedroso with a pair of goals, and young Anthony Sherwood scoring as well. The final score tonight, the Dallas Sidekicks 12, the Pittsburgh Stingers 4.
There's no stealing the thunder.